Hello and welcome back to Tsukihime. My name is Maybe Dennis, and last time we finished Arkwid's route, where we kind of continued with our daily lives, still thinking a lot about Arkwid, trying to keep our promise to meet her again. And as we wait in our classroom, as the sun's going down, she appears. She did not die, because apparently she has tasted blood before. It seems like she tasted Roa's blood and made him into a vampire initially, which caused this whole thing to spiral out of control. And as a result, when Roa died, some of her power actually went back to her, which caused her to come back to life. So, she is alive, but because she understands how dangerous her taste of blood is and her urges, she decided that she's never going to see Shiki again. She's going to lock herself up in her castle and go to sleep for a very long time, while also dreaming about the moments she had with Shiki, which was honestly very sweet, but also very bitter. I think it's the definition of bittersweet. But that was the ending of Arkwid's arc. I also went back to do some of the other, I guess, parts that, the other branches of Arkwid's route. Sorry, it's a little bit late for me, but if you look at the flowchart, after day 5, or even including day 5, I've pretty much done all the events that at least are present here. So, for all intents and purposes, Arkwid's route is completely done for me. And the stuff, I want to continue from the beginning of the game and kind of do all the choices I didn't do the first time around, and also try to do Ciel's route. At the moment, I don't actually have a guide or anything. I heard that what you need to do is just get as many choices that lean towards Ciel as possible, like visit her room whenever you can, etc. But I am not sure. So yeah, this is a CG player. I actually went to the endings list last time, and yeah, here we got the Moon Princess ending. Seems like I missed one of the bad ends, but that's probably before it branches out. So yeah, we're gonna start a new game, continue from there, and try to hit Ciel's route. That being said, I do want to say that I think there was a streaming rule about streaming Ciel's route. I don't know if those rules apply for recording videos and putting it on YouTube. I'm just gonna do it anyways because I don't really understand and I don't really have anyone I can consult with. So yeah, we're gonna go in and hope for the best. So let's head into it and see how much we end up liking our senpai. Oh right, I also want to say that the title screen actually changed. I showed it in the video, but what happened was basically the title screen, the clouds were removed, so now I'm mentioning why it's so bright. All the clouds are gone, so it's just the full moon, and I think that's really cool. But I'll see you when I can make a choice. I'm pretty sure the first choice is gonna be when we see Ciel, and last time I was like, look at her legs, but this time I'm gonna do something else. Day 1, homecoming, all over again. Oh, there she is, Ciel senpai. What kind of things are we gonna do with you this time? I don't remember what the choices were. Okay, so last time is take the opportunity to admire what's in front of me. Can't think of a single thing to say. Unfortunately, I can't think of a single thing to say. What was this following up? Basically, we're like, oh, it's Ciel, and we think about Ciel. Unfortunately, I can't think of a single thing to say. Ciel waits patiently as I fumble for words, the smile on her face never faltering.
先輩は電車通学なんですか？
そうですね。用事によっては利用します。遠野くんは？お家は遠いんですか？
Well, apparently not anymore.
遠いですよ。始発駅からなので。でもそれもおしまいです。電車通学は今日で最後。
おや？
おや？
お家がお引っ越しとか。
Unable to come up with a decent explanation, I mumble something non-committal. I shift my gaze to the window and stare at the buildings streaming by. Ciel seems to sense that it's a sensitive subject, but doesn't ask anything more. So at this point she already knows. She's already suspicious of Tohno, I think. Our conversation continues with a faint sense of awkwardness for the next 15 minutes. Before long, the train reaches our destination, Soya Station. Oh right, I may have mentioned this before, but I heard that the Ciel route is almost completely like, I don't want to say new, but like redone. Or it's just completely different. It's just before 7 a.m. I left for the school a bit early this morning, so the town hasn't quite woken up yet. It's quiet around the station right now, but in about an hour, it'll be bustling with traffic and commuters.
それでは私はここで。
Well, that was really boring compared to
話
the
し
other
相手
one.
になってくれてありがとうございました。学校で見かけたら遠慮なく声をかけてくださいね。
Once again, I think, from what I heard, in order to get Ciel's route, you have to do enough options to, like, see Ciel, like visit her at her club room or whatever. And I had to get enough quote-unquote Ciel points. I'm not following a guide. I'm just gonna base my actions off that. But I don't know what Ciel points are. And I guess I'll have to hope that by chapter 5, things will turn out okay. Ciel runs off with a smile and a wave. Seeing her dash almost makes me want to do the same. Her energy is infectious, but in the end, I have no reason to hurry. I probably shouldn't be running anyway, considering my condition. I make my way to school at my usual pace. Oh, that's a little bit different because last time we were really having fun with Ciel, but that's when we first met Mio Psyche on the oh wait, now I think about it, we didn't see Mio Psyche at all if I chose that. Yeah, we didn't see her at all because she kind of threw her. That means she threw her phone at us on purpose. That's so mean. But that means we don't meet her until much later, which was the next time we meet her was when we potentially could have like met with Arcuid and then decide to leave Arcuid and go to the mall to kill Vlove ourselves. But that ended up in a disaster, so that's also a bad end. So I don't think we really meet Mio. Wait. No, we were also in the alleyway with the vending machines. Never mind. Okay, this time I'll think of something to ask. A question pops into my mind. Why is she on the train so early?
でもどうしたんですか？先輩部活やってませんよね。
I am in the tea
こんな時
ceremony
間に
club.
登校なんて。
いえ、何を隠そうボランティア活動の帰りなんです。ほら、生徒会公募で公園のゴミ拾いがあったでしょ。あれをちゃちゃっと先ほどまで。
Oh right, Shiki also mentioned that like, I think if it weren't for Arcuid, he would have really liked Ciel because she's just really fun to talk with and I don't know, like she's cute and everything. Now we'll get to see the full extent of it. Ah, now it all makes sense. Ciel is always running around helping out somebody or another.
早朝から30分だけの奉仕活動だったんですけどね。他の皆さんは一旦帰宅したんですが、私は面倒なのでこのまま登校してしまおうかと。
Oh, our bag clatters. I had assumed that it was full of equipment, but it must be cleaning stuff.
おや、中身見たいんですか？先輩の持ち物をチェックするなんておとなしそうに見えて大胆ですね。
So this is a little bit more similar to when we just looked at her legs. She draws closer and looks into my eyes. Her face is so close to mine that I can smell her. Flustered, I can't figure out where to look.
いえ、そういうわけじゃなくてですね。もし折りたたみ式のほうきとか熊手とかなら珍しいなと。
Okay, so we're gonna get whacked by a phone soon. I feel like this was a CL point and we're gonna get hit.
ほうほう、私の万能高枝切りばさみも見たいと。よろしい。それでしたら放課後いつもの茶道部に来てください。
Faced with such a heartfelt smile, I end up blushing. I'd like to say something clever or witty, but all I can manage is a simple yes. Wait, did she mention before that she was part of the No, we said we didn't know that she was part of any clubs. So if we did the other one, I don't think we would have had the opportunity to basically go to her club room, right?
約束ですよ。ここだけの話、部費で購入したお茶受けが余ってしまいまして。
She's talking about the club
日
room
持ちする
now.
ものではないので、元気な男の子の協力が不可欠なんです。
And that's what gave us the idea of going there in the first place.
そうですか。じゃあ予定が合えばぜひ。食べ物に釣られていくとか猫かって話で
Oh,
す
I
よ。
fucking hate cats. Never bring me that Neko arc. Ciel's warm smile makes me comfortable enough to crack a joke. She adjusts a green ribbon around her neck.
どちらかというとワンちゃんではないでしょうか。というか猫科はよくありません。最後まで頼りになるのは律儀で頭のいい犬科です。
For reasons I don't quite understand, she seems to feel strongly about this. As we're both heading to the same place, we continue to chat. We talk about the last week's midterms. We wonder why the sports festival has been reduced to a one-day event. We complain about the cafeteria always serving the same things. After getting into the heated discussion about the plan to restrict phones at the school, we tire each other out, sigh in unison, and change the subject. We laugh as we trade opinions on the movies we've seen recently. Oh, we did not get bonked this time. 15 minutes go by in a flash. It's easy talking with her. She is, after all, incredibly popular amongst everyone. I don't want this to end, but we only have a few minutes left before we get to Soya Station. I try to bring up something else to talk about, but... Oh, we don't get bonked, but we do still see Miyosaki. We've forgotten where we were. Ciel and I bow our heads in apology. Okay, it's similar.
怒られちゃいましたね。
ごめんなさい。私の笑い声が大きかったんです。
With that, our conversation comes to a halt. That friendly cheer that filled the air just moments ago has vanished. It's quickly replaced by that familiar city silence, the cold space in which everyone is a stranger. Alright, I think maybe now we should be zipping. Because that was really similar. Never mind, the train pulls into Soya Station. It's just before 7 a.m. I left for school a bit early today, so the town hasn't quite woken up yet. It's quiet right now, but in about an hour, it'll be bustling with traffic and commuters.
今朝も交通量が少なめですね。
Oh, I pressed the button and accidentally muted her. My bad. Luckily, we have this option.
今朝も交通量が少なめですね。最近街の目覚めが遅い気がします。皆さん夜更かしなんでしょうかね。
As Ciel shares this odd observation, I notice how heavy her bag looks.
荷物学校まで持って行きましょうか。
ああ、いえいえ、お気になさらず。私は寄っていくところがありますので、ここでお別れですね。
Oh wait, that's probably her church stuff actually, because she's like, no, I don't need any help. I need to stop by. Don't look out. Bye bye. She smiles a goodbye and waves as she runs off. Her lithe legs carry her so swiftly, I almost expect a comical whoosh. Not to be outdone, I feel an urge to start running too, but there's really no reason for me to hurry. I probably shouldn't be running anywhere considering my condition. I start walking towards the school at my usual pace. But just as I set off, Miyosaki is like, oh, there's a time and place for everywhere. Wait, time and place for I don't know. The girl from before emerges from the ticket gate. She passes by briskly, slowly only to share a few choice words.
見かけ通り軽薄なんですね。うんざりしました。
I need to look at her differently now because now I know that she's a psyche. But so far she's kind of been helpful. And, or at least not in our way. But she does know us, not just as, you know, a psyche family member or like, you know, as me as someone from the Tohno house. She knows us not personally, but because we went to the same middle school. And with that, she stalks away. I'm struck dumb by rudeness. It seems I've made an enemy. I should be careful next time I have a conversation on the train. I guess I said something that upset her. Even so,
いや、最近の中学生はおっかないな。
it was a regular hit and run scolding. Alrighty. Now we're back at school and we should be out blazing. You know, I'll keep that choice because it feels like I got a CL point. Oh right, Yumizuka was a character. She never showed up again. Does that mean she was a victim of Love or no, or even Roa? I don't know. Okay, I don't remember what I did last time here. So let's check the flowchart. Last time I hung out with Arihiko in the cafe. So this time I'll stay in the classroom. Guess I'll stay in the classroom. I can't work up the energy to move. I know the value of a full stomach and I'd be lying if I said I wasn't hungry. I just don't have the appetite for anything right now. I vaguely remember Arihiko mentioning something earlier, but I will worry about that later. Oh yeah, one of the things we never really found out about is, so Shiki is adopted, but we never knew about his, you know, his real mother and father. So Mystic eyes were supposed to be hereditary, so were they special? Right now, all I want to do is sit in my chair and save my energy.
あ、よかった。教室に残ってた。
Oh, is that gonna be Yumizuka? Huh? I hear a familiar voice close by. I look behind me to see who the voice belongs to.
乾君と食堂に行ってなかったんだね。危うく探しに行くところだった。
ちょっと食欲なくて。それより何かあった、弓塚さん。俺に声をかけるなんて、もしかしなくても一大事。
You're gonna get your own route next game, so I've heard. Yumizuka may be a classmate of mine, but we're not exactly what I'd call friends. We sometimes banter when Ari goes around, like this morning, but almost never one-on-one. The only explanation is that she has something urgent that she needs my help with.
まあ、そう思うよね。これまでがこれまでだし。
Yumizuka looks to the side, awkwardly. But only for a moment, then she quickly returns to her usual cheery self.
幅野先生が探してたよ。お家のことで話があるって言ってたけど。
うちのことって、引っ越しについてか。
Habano, I don't know who that is. We never got a face portrait for that person. And, I mean, maybe it was the person who told us to wait in that tea ceremony room and just forgot about us right before we met with Roa. I don't remember. Mr. Habano is in charge of all the second years. It's probably because Miss Toyama isn't around to sort things out for me.
ありがとう。すぐに行くよ。けど、おかしいな。住所移転の手続きは昨日済ませたんだけど。
I forced my tired body to stand up. Yumizuka continues to stand there looking at me. She's like, oh, he's cute.
他にも連絡があったりする。
他にはもう本当何にもなくてですね。
Damn it, I don't stand a chance against some 800-year-old vampire. No! I wonder if she isn't feeling well. Satsuki Yumizuka is one of the pillars of our class. She's bright, easy to get along with, and a hard worker. Anyone can see how much she cares about the people around her. A lot of the guys love her, and I don't think any of the girls talk bad about her. Oh, that's actually quite a position to be in, because usually the guys and the girls in this class freaking hate each other, or no, hate the other group's taste, especially when it comes to women. Like Noelle and Ark, they're like, oh my god, they're hot, and the girls are like, oh, this bitch. It's only natural that she's always surrounded by people. She's the opposite of a killjoy like me. Oh yeah, sure. Emphasis on kill. Even though we're in the same class this year, we barely talked. I didn't even think that she remembered my name, to be honest.
遠野くん、ちょっと聞いていいかな。
いいよ。何？
込み入ったことならごめんね。今引っ越しって言ったけど、遠野くんどこかに引っ越しちゃうの？もしかして転校とか？
It's like, no, I don't want you to leave. It makes sense that she'd ask, though she seems to have misunderstood things.
いや、住所が変わっただけ。引っ越し先もそうやだしね。そう大きな変化はないよ。夜行を気に入ってるし、転校とかないない。
そうだよね。うち入試厳しかったし、試験勉強すっごく頑張りました。
She's so happy now. I really don't know much about Yumizuka. Who knew? I'd assumed that Yumizuka could have gone to any school she wanted with her brains.
あ、でも遠野くんお家が変わるっていうことは、もしかして有馬さんのお家から出ることになったの？
そうだよ。名残惜しいけど、いつまでもお世話になってるわけにもいかないし。
Wait, what? Why don't we zoom out? I thought something was in the background for a second. Wait a second. I don't think I've told anyone at the school about staying with the Arima family, other than Arihiko. Oh, she knows too much.
ごめん。俺、弓塚さんに話したことあったっけ？
No, I was just stalking you.
もちろん、遠野くんから聞いた話だもん。
Sus, not
こ
gonna
れ。
lie. Oh, whoops. I guess I must have really been struggling for something to talk about. I can't remember the conversation, but if we were talking alone like this, it's possible I was desperate for a topic and let it slip. Yeah, sure.
それじゃ、俺はこれで。幅野先生は職員室。
10分までに来ないと減点だって。
No, my
い
grades.
つも思うけど、一体何を減点するんだろうね。
No, my allowance. Yumizuka giggles without a hint of sarcasm or scorn. I can't help but laugh alongside her. Mr. Habano is notorious for threatening to dock grades, but I doubt he'd actually do something to do that to someone who just for being late.
ところで、お昼はどうするの？
職員室に行くついでに食堂に寄ってくよ。有彦がいるだろうし。
I'll eat in class.
そっか。じゃあまたね、トーノくん。
Yumizuka waves awkwardly and goes back to her group of girlfriends. Okay. Do we get to hear from Hatano? I head over to the cafeteria after getting a grilling by Mr. Habano about my relation to the Tohno family. Wait, what? Why would you get grilled for that? It's as busy as always in the cafeteria today. It may not be full, but most tables are packed with students. Almost a third of the student body uses this facility, while other students who want to save a few bucks use the school store. I gaze at the students waiting for their orders. Well, this is very similar.
それで有彦、特別ゲストって誰？
Wait, did he say special guest this time? I guess he did.
それがまだおいでになさらぬ。食堂で待ち合わせだったんだが、ちょっと待っててくれ。様子を見てくる。
Did this happen last time? Maybe it did. I don't know. Oh, there's supposed to be something else. Another layer. Huh. Okay. Harihiko hurries out of the cafeteria, leaving his curry udon behind. I've ordered chikara udon for myself. I hope he gets back before my noodles get soggy.
ダメだ。先輩どっか行っちまったらしい。
Damn it.
ゲストって3年生だったのか？
おお、面白い先輩だな。ここ数日アタックしてようやくランチご一緒ツアーまで取り付けたんだよ。今日は他に約束ができ。
Okay, now it's the same. My bad. I wasn't able to click it before, so I thought it was different. In that case, that means that the last choice might have something extra. So now we're here in the flowchart. We'll go back here and see what other choice we can make. Okay, this time I'll go out into the hallway. I'm assuming I'm making a lot of assumptions, but because there's like a gap between the next choice and the choice afterwards, I'm assuming that we're gonna have another event in between. I think it's gonna be going into the hallway. I am going to run into Ciel or something. Crap! I'll in the hallway for now. Alright, there we go. The hallways are a mess of activity during lunch. Most of the people are heading to the cafeteria, but some are carrying lunchboxes, likely on their way to a friend's classroom, or the courtyard or the gym. I merge with the crowd, wondering if I should get a proper meal at the cafeteria or just buy something light at the school store when... It is, yeah. I catch a glimpse of Ciel further down the hall. Ciel points, give them to me. I'm probably imagining it, but it looks like she's heading straight for me.
よかった。探してたんですよ、トーノくん。
This weird guy asked me to eat lunch with him. I said yes, but I'm not going.
教室にお邪魔する手間が省けちゃいました。
それは
okay.
どうも。こんにちは、シエル先輩。
This lackluster greeting is all I can muster. For some reason, I suddenly feel very shy.
はい、こんにちはです。でも私たち、今日はもう会っていますから、こんにちはというのは正しくないですね。
Yeah.
Whoa,
Whoa, she's too close now. I sheepishly avert my gaze. Is there something wrong with me? I've never had a problem talking to Ciel before, but I feel really self-conscious right now. Is it because of what happened this morning?
トーノくん？どことなく落ち着きがありませんけど、何か急用でもあるんですか？
いえ、急ぎの用はないです。
There's no way I can tell her the real reason is because I'm fixated on her every move.
それより先輩、俺を探していたって何か用ですか？
はい、朝ちょっとしたご迷惑をかけてしまったでしょ。
What trouble? I didn't get a phone thrown at me this time. Not much trouble.
そのお詫びがしたくてずっと探していたんです。
朝の迷惑って。ああ、電車の話？でもあれは迷惑というより役得というか。
I got to see some fine legs and another ending. Had a lot of fun talking to Ciel. With her to keep me company, the train ride flew by in no time.
でもうるさくしすぎて女の子に怒られたじゃないですか。そのお詫びです。つかぬことをお聞きしますけど、遠野くんはこれからお昼ご飯ですか？
ですよ。食堂に行くか購買で済ませるか迷っていたところです。
よかった。それならご一緒できますね。朝のお詫びにおごっちゃいますから、こ
We can
れ
have
から
lunch
食
with
堂に行きま
Arihiko,
しょう。
yes. With a smile, Ciel grabs my arm and whisks me away. It's rare for a third year to be where all the second year rooms are in the first place, so this only sends even more looks our way. I can feel everyone's eyes on us.
ちょっと待ってください。朝のあれは俺だって悪いんだから、先輩が謝ることでもありません。むしろ逆です。謝るならこっちです。
I'm honestly not getting the apologizing thing because you just I guess it's like apologize for getting you like in trouble, not like with any authority, but like to get people annoyed at you. But like honestly, I don't feel like that's really something to apologize for, but maybe it's a cultural thing. I don't know. I turn myself away. My face must be beet red.
おお、それは聞き捨てなりませんね。謝るべきは遠野くんの方だったと。つまりその罰として遠野くんは私のお願いを一つ聞いてくれるとか。ありな。
I feel Ciel's gaze teasing me. My cheeks burn ever hotter.
いや、
Even hotter.
今のは言葉のあやでですね。
では観念して私を食堂に連れて行ってください。今日は誰かとランチしたい気分だったんです。運が悪かったと思って私におごられてください。
She's still treating us either way. That's just cheating. There's no way anyone could say no to a smile like that.
ああ、おごられてってそれも逆ですよ、先輩。
Smile like that.
だって私が楽しかったのは本当ですから。それでは食堂に急ぎましょう。早くしないと席が埋まっちゃいますからね。
Ciel takes my hand again and leads me down the hallway at a brisk pace. Interesting. Are we gonna run to Arihiko? That'd be kind of funny. He's like, you ditched me, bro. You ditched me. Perfect timing. The tables are wide open. A sizable line stretches back from the counter. I guess it's about a 5-minute wait.
私が並びますから、遠野くんは席を確保しておいてください。嫌いなメニューはありますか？あるのでしたら今のうちに聞いておきますけど。
I do like the dialogue that Ciel has because she's really nice, but she also just throws in jabs in there. It's like, speak now or forever hold your peace.
いえ、ないです。
大変結構な返答です。それではパパッと行ってきますね。
Without waiting for a response, Ciel trots away to get in line. I guess this is an offer I can't refuse.
2人分の空席できるなら角がいいな。
Corner spots. I don't have to sit next to more people. I'm still not sure if I'm mentally prepared for lunch with Ciel. Finding somewhere quiet and out of the way might make it less daunting. I scan the cafeteria. There are a few empty seats in the middle, but all the corner tables have already been claimed. There might not be any corner seats left for two at this.
あった。
The seats I spotted have just been taken by someone with a familiar face.
Yo, Tohno!
Yo!
こっちだこっち!
The orange-haired delinquent waves an arm at me, paying no attention to all the looks he's getting. I feel a migraine coming on. Still, I'm not mean enough to ignore him outright. All the other corner seats are taken anyway. In a way, he's a people repellent. As his friend, it's my right to abuse that ability, I suppose. He's a delinquent. People are like, I don't wanna sit next to him.
おっせえ今日は特別ゲストが来るって言ってなかったかのんびり重役出勤してんじゃねえですよ
But your guest didn't come. It's like, how do you know that? It's like, I saw in the future. Okay.
ああ、そういえばそんなこと言ってたっけ。で、その特別ゲストはどこに？
それがな昨日からスケジュールを抑えていたっつうのに今朝になって断られた。なんでもお詫びをしたい人がいるから今日の昼食は忙しいんです。
I didn't realize they made plans yesterday, but that definitely confirms it's Ciel. Arihiko's shoulders sag in disappointment as he slurps his shikara
お
udon.
詫びをしたい人。
Those words sound all too familiar.
特別ゲストってもしかして3年生？
How did you
メガ
know?
ネの似合うショートカットで
Looks good
元
in
気よく
glasses.
動き回って、それでいて頼れる空気出しまくり。
なんだそれ。いつから俺の頭を盗んだ。
Get out of my head, Sheik. Get out of my head.
いや、そういうわけじゃなくてさ。
I just think the same way you do, bro.
お待たせしました。こちらの席でよろしいですかと。
Ciel appears next to our table with a radiant smile. She's carrying a lunch tray loaded with food for two.
なんと
You can kind of see like his eye whites just kind of bulge out into squares. Nanto!
おや、乾くん、奇遇ですね。
Ciel takes a seat without missing a beat. She sits down in front of me, next to Arihiko.
お
Oh! Arihiko starts sputtering like a dying engine. Maybe he's in shock due to his sudden stroke of luck. I get it. I was the same way not too long ago.
遠野くんもどうぞ。今日は遠慮せずにお腹をいっぱいにしてください。
There's no way I can say no to that smile. I give in and take a seat across from Ciel,
それじゃあ、ありがたくいただきます。
clapping my hands together in thanks. I looked down at the tray she bought. Huh? 3 dishes are lined up before me. Curry with rice, and curry with Oh, that's why she's the curry girl. I never knew this. I just knew from Carnival Phantasm that she really likes curry for some reason. Oh, I see. Why 3 portions though? I thought you only I have no idea. I'm confused.
先輩。
はい。何ですか、遠野くん。
いや、これどういうことでしょ
Oh
うか。
god damn it, this is making me hungry. I'm playing this currently at 2:15 a.m. Bad time to eat.
だって遠野くんと私のお昼ご飯じゃないですか。他に何に見えます？
What else would it be?
何ってカレーにしか見えないけど。
That's all we need to eat for the rest of our lives.
もちろんみんな大好き定番のカレーですよ。
Everyone loves curry. I might make this a thumbnail. She's not wrong. The problem is that there is nothing but curry.
メニュー3つありますね。
I'll eat the other 2.
もちろんです。遠野くんは男の子なんですから、いっぱい食べてもらわないと。私は一品でいいですから、どうぞお好きなものを選んでください。
No!
それじゃあカレーライスとカレーうど
Well,
ん。
he's gonna eat both of them? Damn. Otherwise, I'd just be eating 2 helpings of the same thing. That is true.
残さず食べてくださいね。
Crap.
遠野くん、好き嫌いないんですから。
That looks really good though. I don't see an ounce of malice in Ciel's smile. This isn't a joke or prank. She's actually doing this out of the goodness of her heart.
いただきます。
Alright, I guess we're doing this. With no other choice, I dig my spoon into the curry. As soon as I do, Arihiko's gonna say something, isn't he?
この野郎遠野くん。
You're telling me I could have gotten this facial expression this early? Damn! No! You son of a bitch! I thought Arihiko's soul left his body for good, but he springs back to life.
お前さんね、いつまで無二の親友を無視してるわけ？あれだろ一言。いや、常に生きていてありがとう乾くん。ところで今日は素敵な先輩を紹介するよ。おっと僕は忙しいのでそろそろ校舎裏に行く。あとは2人でご歓談の歩道とかいろいろさ。あと余ってるならそのカレーうどんちょうだいね。
Oh my god, that went by so fast. How long are you gonna keep ignoring me? Can't you be a good wingman for once? You know, something like, anyway, my man, thanks for being alive, by the way. Let me introduce you to this hot upperclassman. Whoops, I gotta bounce. You got this. That kind of thing. If you can't finish that udon, I'll take it.
やらないよ。でも常に生きていてご苦労様、乾くん。
Yeah, you got these seats for us. That's something, right? Finally useful for something in your goddamn life. Arihiko's arm shoots forward. I definitely guard my curry udon from his thieving hands.
乾くん、遠野くんとお知り合いなんですか？
何言ってんすか。知り合いも知り合い、中学時代からの大親友ですよ俺たちは。
Bros for years. Probably one of the few things he'll say with absolute sincerity.
そうだったんですか。ごめんなさい、約束を保護してしまって。 そのですね、私が今朝ご迷惑をかけてしまったのが遠野くんなんです。
Arihiko is a bro though. I can't deny that. I really like Arihiko. I still remember my first impressions of him was like, yeah, he's kind of an asshole. And then like 10 minutes talking to him, like, he's my asshole.
いいっす。筋の通った理由っすから。というか名前さえ教えてくれたらこっちから遠野を連れ出したっすよ。でこいつどんだけひどいことをやらかしたんですか？
What kind of horrible things did this little shit do?
早朝の電車でばったり会って、そのままおしゃべりしていたら他の乗客さんに注意されちゃいました。
He's gonna be like, I'm so jealous. No.
ダメですね。周囲の迷惑を考えないと。遠野くんは悪くないのに私の代わりに怒られてくれたんです。
はあ、早朝の電車っすか。ダベルなんて人の自由ですけどね。
Oh, wait.
早朝？遠野はわかるとして、先輩電車通学だったっけ？
So, if we look at the flowchart, this is, because, I had to apologize for something, etc. But in reality, that wouldn't have happened if we took the first option here. Because the first option made it so that we didn't get yelled at by Mio. So this choice only popped up when we decided to do that. So that's interesting. Okay.
今朝はボランティアの帰りです。公園のゴミ拾いですね。
Volunteer at the church.
ほら、学校の掲示板でもあったでしょ。生徒は自主的に参加するようにって。
ああ、海浜公園のあれか。さすが先輩、ご苦労様です。でもそういうことするから教師連中が当てにするんすよ。先行どもは好きあらばサボりやがるんだから、あんまり調子に乗らせないでほしいんですけどね。
I wasn't volunteering at school.
いいんです。私が好きでやってるんですから。それに先生方もきちんと学校のことを考えてくれています。今の物言いは感心できませんよ、乾くん。
Man, a model student versus a delinquent. Ciel bluntly shuts Arihiko down. From what I can tell, it seems like Arihiko and Ciel are on pretty good terms.
先輩、もしかして毎日ボランティアをやってるんですか？
なんだ遠野知らないのか？シエル先輩と言ったら真の生徒会長って呼ばれてるぐらい便利な人でだな。
I did know that. You don't have to tell me. Who's the actual student council? I actually don't know.
知ってる。肩書きだけの生徒会と違って何でも解決してくれる完璧な3年生だろ。
I thought he was gonna say perfect senpai. But perfect third year, yes.
おう、1年じゃファンクラブまであるし、教師連中も厄介事が起こるとシエルに相談すれば安心だなんてのれんに腕押し状態だからな。今じゃ先輩が何をしたって文句を言う教師もいないぐらいだ。
The way Arihiko is bragging, he almost sounds like he sounds personally proud.
ファンクラブまでは知らなかった。すごい人だったんだ、シエル先輩って。うち
Oh, whoops. I'll look at her and wonder.
はい。ありがとうございます。
Ciel's spoon clinks against the plates as she stirs her curry. For a moment, I worry that we've embarrassed her, but then I'm reminded of the pressing issue before me. I have my own curry to eat, not to mention a full bowl of curry udon. My doctor says I shouldn't overeat, but I'll feel guilty if I don't eat everything Ciel got for me. I better wolf down the curry before I start to feel full. Meanwhile, Ciel and Arihiko talk about their families. I knew that Arihiko's parents are no longer with us, but I didn't know Ciel lived by herself too. Apparently, her apartment is fairly close to Soya Station. She lives past the business district by the south exit rather than near the shopping district area by the north, in the residential area that spreads eastward.
ところで遠野くんはどのあたりに住んでるんですか？
I live at the Tohno.
はい。
Huh? I'm quietly eating my curry when Ciel suddenly turns the conversation to me.
どのあたりと言われると、返答に困るというか。
Since my place of residence changes today, explaining my situation would be a bit awkward. I wish I could brush it off and just give some vague general answer, but it's impossible for me to lie when she's looking at me right in the eyes.
質問で返しますけど、先輩はなんで俺なんかの家を知りたがるんです？
って遠野くん、私のアパートの場所を聞いちゃいましたよね。なのに私だけ遠野くんのお家を知らないのは不公平だな。
Look, I didn't want to know your personal information.
変で
It's
すか？
not fair. I didn't consent to this. But sure.
まあちょっと変です。不公平だなんて妙なことを気にするんですね、先輩は。
妙なことじゃないです。どこに住んでいるかわからないんじゃ、何かあった時お見舞いにも行けないじゃないですか。
I kind of wonder how much this is Ciel acting to be the perfect student, and how much of it is her actual personality. I know that when Ciel rescued Shiki from Roa the first time, she's still very like concerned and very like protective of Shiki, and still, you know, kind of likes him in a way. I don't know about romantically, but at the very least as a kohai. But when we were talking like one-on-one, Shiki was like, yeah, she's still the same person. She might be this badass church executor girl, but she's still like this really fun senpai that I just really enjoy being with. But I would definitely see more of it in this route, so yeah. My mouth stops mid-chew. Ciel's offhanded question gives me a sudden thrill.
お見舞いって例えばの話、俺が風邪でもひいたら見舞いに来てくれるとか。
いえ、行きませんよ。
No.
今のところそんな予定はありませんから。
The joy I felt a moment ago was evidently premature. I mean, yeah, you guys didn't know each other that well yet. Jeez. Although I didn't think Ciel meant anything bad by what she said. She must just be naturally blunt.
俺の家もこの町ですよ。徒歩にして30分弱。ほら、北口から郊外に上がると坂の上に住宅地があるでしょ。あそこの奥まで行ったところです。
But there's only one giant mansion and garden and area there, and those people are loaded. You're rich, Shiki?
ああ、そうだった。今日から引っ越すんだってお前。
A little. Ariko jumps in as if spotting his chance. Ciel cocks her head quizzically.
引っ越したですか。遠野くん転校生だったんですか？
は？
What an odd thing for Ciel to ask. Yeah, you would think like, wait, you would know that she's... Wait, I thought you guys spoke before, so like he wouldn't be transferring, he wouldn't have just transferred in, he would have already been here, so that is kind of weird to ask. Ariko and I wordlessly glance at each other.
あのですね、俺は1年からこの学校にいるし、
Yeah.
先輩ともその頃から顔見知りだったじゃないですか。
Oh. Maybe she just entered school and she I don't want to say brainwashed everyone to think that she's been here for a while, but she kind of forgot about that. So, or she didn't take note of every student. So she didn't realize that Shiki was also here for a long time.
なんだってそこで転校生だなんて単語が出てくるんです。
だって遠野くん引っ越したって。
引っ越したら誰だって転校生になるわけじゃありません。住所が変わっただけで学校は変わってないんです。
Because like Yumizuka had the right idea where it's like, oh, you're transferring out of the school if you're moving, and you know that isn't the case. But it'd be weird to say that they're transferring in. I mean, because the thing is, it's not Ciel's first time meeting with Shiki. If I recall, Shiki said that they met like a couple of weeks ago, even if it was just like didn't really have to introduce each other too much. I don't know.
今までは親戚の家にいたんですけど、今日から元の家に戻るだけなんですよ。
So I think it's gonna be something with the mind stuff. Ciel's strange confusion seems to have cleared up.
お家が変わっただけなんですね。それで今は郊外の住宅地に引っ越したと。
そう、坂の上にある仰々しいところに。
Oh, the Tohno mansion. Under investigation.
なるほど、合点がいきました。じゃあもしかして遠野くんのお家というのはあの遠野邸のことですか？
I sense some hesitation in Ciel's voice. I mean, is the Tohno mansion that well known by the common folk here? The people of Soya proper probably looked at the giant house on the hill with a kind of reverence. I guess so. It has been 7 years since I was last there, but in my memories, the Tohno mansion felt as big as a castle.
そういうことです。自分でも場違いだとは思ってるんですけど、 引っ越しちまったものはしょうがないから。
その様子じゃあんまり乗り気じゃなかったのか。
Yeah, my little sister's kind of like my mom.
自分の家って言っても7年ぶりならしょうがねえか。しばらくは他人の家みたいに感じるんじゃないか。
どうだろう。まだ帰ってないからよくはわからない。まあ俺にはお前の家っていう避難場所があるから
You are my
気
safe
は楽だけ
haven.
ど。
You are my specials.
なんですかそれ。ざっけんな。俺んちはお前のビバークポイントじゃねえですよ。休みになりゃ泊まりに来やがって。おかげで姉貴は俺より友達の遠野くんびいきになっちまって年々小遣い減ってるんですけど。
Your allowance is decreasing? I'm guessing that's more on Arihiko, but I keep that to myself. I don't want the conversation to turn sour. Oh, right. Yeah, we didn't know about Arihiko's sister. It was mentioned, we talked about her very, very briefly. We talked to Arihiko about, like, not staying home or something. To be honest, the Tohno family isn't something I feel comfortable talking about.
へえ、仲がいいんですね、二人とも。
よくねえ。
Hell
俺とトー
no.
ノを奪い合うことはあっても手を取り合うことはない。いわば敵同士っすよ、マドモアゼル。
Mademoiselle.
でも遠野くんは乾くんのお家に泊まるぐらいなんでしょ。仲すごくいいじゃないですか。
Hey, if you just say that you're good friends, you'll see me more often.
違いますよ先輩。トーノは長い休みになると家に居づらいってんで逃げてきただけです。この野郎、預けられたことで有馬の人たちに遠慮してんの。で、部屋が空いてる俺のところに転がり込んでくるってわけ。こいつは外見がいいから姉貴にも気に入られちまってさ、厚かましくも手ぶらで泊まりに来るんだぜ。
Yeah, Tohno, he kind of left the Arimas, like, he appreciates all that they've done for him, and they did feel kind of like a family, but there was definitely some distance. We literally learned, like, very, very few details about the Arima family the entire first route, and it really shows how disconnected he was from them. Arihiko clenches his fist in anger. I never knew that bothered him so much. I'll have to bring him something the next time I go over. I'm not gonna stop, though.
預けられたって遠野くんがですか。
Arihiko claps his hands over his mouth. He laughs awkwardly, seeming to realize that he said too much. Yeah.
気にするなよ。別に悪いことじゃないんだから。
I continue eating, keeping my eyes on my curry. Which one, though?
まあそうだよな。
Yeah.
あれで文句を言ったらバチが当たるってもんか。
Arihiko nods emphatically. A part of me admires the way he can turn and fire back anything at anything.
ごめんなさい遠野くん。その前のご家族とはうまくいってなかったんですか。
いや、そんなことはないっすよ。こいつ有馬の親御さんとは何の問題もないもんな。みんな超いい人たちだし。いや、有馬の親父さんは割と怖いけど。だって言うのにこいつは養子にならないかって話も断って休みになれば俺のところに逃げてきやがるんだ。本当に何が不満なんだお前は。
Honestly, maybe being adopted would have been better in the long term to live as a normal human, but we know that Shiki doesn't, like... I mean, I was gonna say he doesn't regret the choices he's made, but maybe he does, but like, he ends up loving Arkwid. I can't really say that's a problem.
不満なんかあるわけないだろう。よくしてもらってるからこれ以上負担をかけたくないだけだ。
Jesus, this is long. How long is this gonna keep going for? There are two choices here. Wait, we've already... Huh. Oh, there are two choices because one of the choices is if we didn't talk to Miyosaki. Ah, I see. I'll tackle that later. I finished eating my curry. Next up, an entire bowl of curry udon is just for me. But Ciel looks upset.
ごめんシエル先輩。つまらない話だった。
そんなことないですよ。私の方こそ変なことを聞いてしまってすみません。
Man, I just realized that if there's basically a path that I get from doing CL stuff and a path that I get from not doing it, I'll probably make like two save files where I just do a lot of the CL stuff, or one of them where I'll do a lot of the CL stuff and one of them where I don't do any. Yeah, that might be it. Ciel tries her best to brush it off. It might be fine with Arihiko since we've been friends since middle school, but it seems like this sort of talk is too much for her. In fact, she's fidgeting like she'd rather be anywhere else.
あー、ごめん先輩。俺ちょっと遠野と内緒話があるからさ、席外してもらえない？
I can't believe Arihiko said that. In a roundabout way. No, in a very straightforward way. He just told Ciel to mind her own business.
何言ってるんだ。内緒話なんてどこでもできるし、第一先輩はまだ食べ終わって。
Wait, what was she gonna say again? She tries her best to brush it off. Okay, yeah, she feels bad because she's asking too many personal questions. Somehow, despite her talking to Arihiko this whole time, Ciel has cleaned her plate. Freaking love.
承知していますとも。それでは邪魔者はここで。お先に失礼しますね。
With a quick bob of her head, Ciel takes off, leaving me and Arihiko alone at the table.
先輩も居づらそうだったし、俺もこうした方がいいとは思ったけどさ。今のは紙一重じゃないか。お前、好感度下がったぞ。
It happens, it
まあさっき
happens.
のは仕方ねえだろう。口を滑らせたのは俺なんだし、嫌われ役ぐらいはね。
I do like how, like, sure, he's like, man, you should have been my wingman, but like he understands that, like, yeah, if he messes up, he's not gonna continue to simp. He's just gonna be like, yeah, it'd be like that sometimes. Ariko nosily slurps up his chikara udon. It must have gone cold while he was focused on his conversation with Ciel.
お前、先輩のことを狙ってたんだろ。
そりゃ俺に限らず誰だって狙ってますよ、シエル先輩。うちの学校じゃピカイチだしね。でもまあ今の流れで気にするような性格だったらどうでもいい。遠野に内緒話があるっていうのも本当のことだし。
It's about murders? Ariko sounds unusually serious. I break apart a pair of wooden chopsticks with a snap and start on my curry udon.
なんだよ。気持ち悪いな、急に深刻ぶって。また何かやらかしたか？
そんなんじゃねえって。俺が聞きたいのは実際遠野はどうなのかってこと。
He cares
どう
about
って
us.
何が？
About us.
だから遠野は小学生の自分からよそに預けられてたんだろ。どんな理由かは知らないが、それから7年も経つんだ。なんで今になって感動してた息子を呼び戻すんだ。
感動されていたわけじゃない。なんとなく屋敷から出るように言われただけだ。
遠野君、君ね、
Hey, you know,
なんとなくで
man.
子供を家から追い出す過程があったら、それは悲劇じゃなくて笑い話ですよ。ただしほら一歩手前、寒すぎて笑えねえけどな。
Ah, is that gonna be in the scene? Nah, the truth is, my father and I have been on bad terms long before the car accident and hospitalization. Tohno family is a distinguished household dating back centuries, with customs very different to those of a regular family. My childhood memories are of an enormous old house and the oppressive, antiquated practices of the family within. I feel like this part's gonna be like samey as the other route where we just talked to Arihiko. Well, it's been so long for me that I'm just gonna replay it because I don't remember. The Tohno family is wealthy and shares a wide variety of companies. My father, Makihisa Tohno, wasn't much of a businessman, but the assets inherited from my grandfather were more than enough to help his business make a fortune. Mansion from another era, a high-class lifestyle that valued history and decorum. Any child would have found life in that mansion unbearably dull. And so when I was told to go live with the Arimas, I had no qualms about leaving my real family behind. Yes, his real family. I think it was the best outcome I could have asked for. I got along well with the Arimas. Keiko and Fumiomi treated me differently than if I had been differently. Oh man, maybe I shouldn't be reading this again. Than if I had been their child by birth. I always wanted to be a part of a normal family, and living with the Arimas gave me that opportunity. I don't have any regrets there. Yeah, with one exception, my sister. Actually, no, I will skip a little bit. This part is the same exact thing. I just wish I could skip it, but I can kind of get why they don't let me.
確かになんとなくで家から追い出されたら、そりゃ笑うしかない。
だろ？おまけに二度と敷居はまたぐなっていう決め台詞付きだ。世間様ではそういうのを感動って言うんだ。今まで。
So like this is very the same. I wish they made it so that we can skip it. Ariko picks up his bowl with both hands and drinks down the broth. But this scene should be ending soon, so yeah. Lunch always feels so short. Follow Ariko's example and down the rest of my food. All of the curry. All of it. All of it. Alright. Now it's like this. So, I'm gonna make a save slot until... Oh, when I have the choice, I'll make a save slot, and then I'll play by ear from there. Alright. Time to go back. Damn, I have to go all the way back to the beginning. Oh man, I thought this was gonna take one episode just to do all the things from day 1 to day 5. But I didn't realize how much longer some of these scenes were gonna be. So this might take like 2 or 3 episodes. I'm still on day 1. Holy crap. At least for me, I've already been recording for an hour. I will say, one thing I do like about this is that I can kind of see why things deviated when they do. In Chaos Head, sometimes when I made certain like right or left trigger delusions, with delusions being the choices that you can make, it felt very disconnected from... Some of the choices felt very disconnected from how to get like a certain ending. But here it's like, oh, I decided not to talk too much to Ciel, so she had no reason to reach out to me later. Or she didn't tell me about her club, so I wouldn't have ever even thought about going to her club. So I'll go out into the hallway for now. Now we should get a different thing. Yeah, my fast forward has stopped. Because this time I'm not going to see Ciel. The hallways are a mess of activity during lunch. Most people are heading to the cafeteria, but some are carrying lunch boxes. Luckily on their well, yeah, I've read that before. If you look at the flowchart, yep, we're in this section. Oh, we just go, yeah. My expectations are go unmet. I had hoped for a fateful encounter in the hallway, but it seems that wasn't meant to be. Half the time Ariko asks me to do something with him, it's just trouble, and the other half is pointless chatter, but at the very least, it's never boring. It might be a good way to relax after school until I go back to the Tohno estate. Ariko disappeared after 4th period. He must be saving seats in the cafeteria. I never promised Ariko I'd go to the cafeteria with him, but there's no real reason to ditch him either. I might as well spend lunch there today. Yep, that is exactly how I thought this would turn out. So now it should like... Yeah, so this would loop back to when we had lunch with Ariko.
食堂で待ち合わせだったんだが、ちょっと待っててくれ。様子を見てくる。
So yeah, so it's not looping back, but it's playing the exact same thing as the first line in the next option here. So I'll just play through it and then we'll see. Yeah, it plays the same exact stuff about back at the Tohno estate. But it's really cool to see that he also really cares for Shiki. Okay, now we're at the choice part. So there are 2 choices, or rather, there are. Actually, I don't freaking know. So if I were to go back to my other save, which I'll load right now. Okay, if I go here, I can wander the school or go back to the manor. Last time I wandered the flowchart. I decided to wander the school, so that's what led me to meeting Ciel. So that would be the more Ciel points route. If I decide to just go back to the manor, what does that achieve? Do I go into another section, or is it skippable? Because this is basically, it is skippable. So basically I go straight down there. So curves around. I see. Okay. So the 2 choices for when I decide when I have done the Ciel stuff is to go home or to go to the club room. But if I never spoke with Ciel in the first place, if I decide to go back to the manor, it should result in the same thing. As in like, yeah, so now at the flowchart, we'll have that other line. Okay, cool. So basically the other choice would be to wander the hallway without any Ciel points. Gotcha. It's kind of complicated. Alright, let's wander around the school, but not actually see Ciel, because we wouldn't know to go to the club room. I'll kill a little bit more time. There's no need to hurry. Nothing's going to change just because I was a couple minutes earlier. Just the hallway. No one's there. No vampire weird creepy thing is there. It would have actually been kind of cool if we got like a an ending here because we get killed by Roa immediately. I walked around the school with no particular destination in mind. The buildings and schoolyard are almost completely devoid of students. It's nice not having to see anyone I know, but sometimes feels wrong seeing a usually lively place so empty. A memory from middle school comes to mind as I look over the empty grounds. It was a winter day, one that looked like snow might fall at any moment. I was crossing through the empty schoolyard on my way home. I heard a noise from the storehouse that any person could have assumed was empty. When I went to see what it was...
Konnichiwa.
What the...
Kimi 2年生?
Who are you? Why do you have a portrait? You're also... What? So this is third year because of the ribbon. I just did not expect a random character. I've never seen this person at all. Maybe they are relevant, I don't know. But usually only named characters, or people who will be named, or important characters, have their own portrait. But this person looks really generic.
申し訳ないのだけど、放課後になったら校庭には立ち入らないでもらえるかな。
The reproach comes from an older student I've never seen before. I seem to have wandered onto the grounds without realizing. Because like, usually they would just have no character on the screen, we just hear someone talking, so that this character wouldn't be here.
すみません。ちょっと散歩のつもりでした。
I apologize and start to leave the grounds.
あなたは帰らないんですか？
いえ、もう帰ります。ご心配ありがとうございます。
I give a quick bow to the student and leave the schoolyard. What the fuck? Who are you? There are a lot of characters introduced but just never get any screen time. Maybe that person's important? I don't know. That was probably the push I needed. Stay any longer and I'll just be trespassing. I'll return to the classroom and grab my bag. It's time to go to my real home. That's so weird. That's so weird. Maybe that's one of the characters that will be important in Ciel's route, but at the moment I have no idea who the heck that is. Why did she get a portrait? I want to know. Okay, this is like that. Alright, so I'll just make a save here. Okay, I've reloaded the Ciel save route, so I want to wander to school and meet with Senpai. Okay, so here we have in the flowchart, we're supposed to make a choice here. I kind of forgot what the choices were, but at the very least, that means I'll have tackled like everything within the next few options, you know? So, yeah. Wait, what?
なんだか遠野くんの方が落ち着いてるなってちょっと驚いてました。
Why did I get new dialogue? I was skipping it, but suddenly it stopped skipping. Why did I get new dialogue? Is it because we talked to her in the cafeteria and something else? So here it's like let's see, growing up in the blah blah blah. I don't really remember what you're talking about, but it's about my laid back personality.
うちはもともと厳しい家だったから、こういうのに慣れているだけですよ。それ
Oh, whoops.
おっと、そうでした。実はお昼に聞いたお話がどうしても気になって。
Oh, there we go. So here we have some extra lines because we had that earlier conversation.
昼の話って、その俺の実家のこと？
Ciel nods.
遠野くんが嫌じゃなければですけど。ほら、この時期に住まいを移すなんて何か良くないトラブルでもあったのかなって。
うちの家の話なんて聞いたってつまらないですよ。それこそ時間の無駄だと思うけど。
I have a cute little sister though.
つまらなくてもいいですよ。私が聞きたいだけなんですから。
はあ。物好きですね、先輩は。
Perhaps so. She smiles.
それじゃあ話の続きをしましょう。
Ah, that's actually really cool. I didn't think we'd actually get more stuff here. Oh, we didn't have a choice. We just immediately went here. Ah, that's really cool. Yeah, that's really cool. But yeah, I've got this section down, even though it got a little bit complicated at times. All right. Let me tell the rest of the
自分の家に
story.
戻ると言っていましたけど、 今までご実家には戻られていなかったんですか？
はい。いろいろあって、7年近く実家に戻ってなかったんです。療養生活、みたいなものでしょうか。10歳の頃に事故に遭ったんですけど、それからは慢性的な貧血持ちになっちゃって。で、遠野の家は何かと騒がしいので、落ち着ける親戚の家に預けられていて、それが昨日までの話です。
ああ、それは大変でしたね。その、傷の方はまだ？
そっちはバッチリ治っています。後遺症は貧血だけですけど、親父に言わせれば、事故に遭う前からその気はあったそうだし、別に気にしていません。
The only condition, yes. It's not like I have any special eyes now.
そうだったんですか。辛いお話をさせてごめんなさい。えーっと、つまりその親戚の方々が10歳からの育ての親ということになるんですね。
そうですよ。有馬という家の人たちで、俺にはもったいないぐらい、よくできた人たちでした。
I find myself expressing far more gratitude than I really intended. I was fortunate to have been able to live with the Arimas for 7 years. It's really weird.
過去形なんですね。いずれご実家に戻ることが分かっていたから、有馬家の人たちはあなたを家族として接していなかった。ということですか？
It's a weird line of like appreciating what the Arimas did, but just never getting close to them. Yeah, I say it's weird, but honestly, it's definitely something that could happen. I'm not gonna say. Yeah, it's very possible for someone to be like that. Never feel like appreciating people taking them in, but never feeling like they belong.
いや、そういうわけじゃなくて、遠野家から呼び戻しが来るなんて全く思ってなかったし。俺も恵子さんたちも、ずっと一緒に暮らすと思っていました。
呼び戻しがないと分かっていたんですか？遠野くんは遠野家の長男なのに？
はい。本当のことを言ってしまうと、療養生活というのは建前なんです。俺と親父は、犬猿の仲というやつでして。
That asshole.
怪我を理由に、手よく放り出されたようなものなんです。
それは、あなたの勘違いではなく。
うん。
Oh, we have a different angle of her now.
勘違いなら、それに越したことはありません。
I tried my best to answer Ciel's question honestly. I feel myself smiling ever so slightly. Her concern is heartwarming. The idea that this all might have just been one big mix-up.
でも、それを確認することはもうできません。ついこの間、当の本人が奇跡に入りましたから。親父。
Oh, whoops. Well, I know better than anyone that that's a big if.
お父さん、亡くなられたんですね。それであなたは実家に戻ることになった、と。
はい。新しい当主からとっとと帰ってこいと矢の催促で。おっかないんで、今日から戻ることになりました。
I am afraid, very afraid. I wrap up the story quickly. Something seems to be on Ciel's mind. She takes a short breath and returns her gaze to me. She's like, the eldest son of the Tohno family. Oh, that hits all the check boxes, if you know what I mean.
一つ聞いていいですか？
Her serious tone has me instinctively straighten my back.
どうぞ。俺に答えられる範囲でなら。
そうですか。では遠慮なく。あなたは先ほど有馬の家の人たちを過去形で話しました。あなた本人ももう切り離して考えている。遠野くんはそれぐらい前のご家族が嫌いだったんですか？
Thank you, Ciel. He's so distant. It really made me wonder, like, damn, He didn't hate them, but like, you made it seem like he would never see them again. She means Keiko and Fumiomi, the people who raised me for the past 7 years. A father and a mother who were not my real parents, and nor was Makihisa, a home that was not my own. But in spite of that,
いえ、大好きでした。血がつながってないことなんて気にも留めない人たちで、俺が一人で落ち込んでいるのが申し訳なくなるぐらいあったかかった。そういった疑いようのない愛情を信じられる自分もまんざらじゃないんだなって思いました。
yeah, these people love me. So as quickly as I can, I need to become a real member of their family. I've told myself that constantly ever since I was young. I'm not even sure when I started, but I must have repeated those words to myself over and over until I was blue in the face.
でもダメだったんですね。
はい。熱しやすく冷めやすい性格って言いますけど、きっと自分はそうなんです。
Never heard that term before, blow hot and cold? No matter how much love they gave me or how happy I felt, the next day, it would all feel like it happened to someone else. Those feelings never lasted. They never felt like mine, no matter how much I wanted them to. That's why, at the very least, I try my best every day not to forget the fact that they cared about me. Well, that's... Not gonna lie, it's hard for me to really understand that feeling that he's feeling now.
家族に関してはそれが顕著なんです。父親母親が向けてくれる愛情より強い愛情を返せない。なんで
I couldn't shake the idea that as long as I stayed like that, I'd never truly be part of their family. Maybe it's a childhood trauma. Wherever I go, my family always feels like strangers. Ciel is silent. She averts her eyes and shrugs her shoulders apologetically.
ほら、つまらない話だった。すみません先輩。時間を無駄にしちゃって。
This seems really valuable. It seems like we got a lot of Ciel points this first day. I wonder why Ciel's route, you know, kind of goes into Shiki's relationship with the Yarimas.
いえ、そんなことないです。すごく有意義なお話でした。
Ciel forces a smile in an effort to lighten the mood.
でもちょっと意外でしたね。私、遠野くんってのんびりしている子だなって思ってましたから。
No, that's Arihiko.
基本的に俺はのんびりしてますよ。できるだけ今を楽しむってのを座右の銘にしましたから。終わってしまうことより先のことを楽しみにしていた方がハッピーでしょ。
Copy. Ciel doesn't know that I stole that from Arihiko.
先のことを楽しみにですか。
Instead of being a wingman, we're stealing her stuff.
いいですね、そういうの。私も全力で応援したくなっちゃいました。しかし、できるだけエンジョイする。
エンジョイ。
ですか。それじゃあ差し当たって、明日から一緒に投稿とかしちゃいます？
Her sudden suggestion catches me off guard and finally makes me notice how long I've been going on about myself. I'm usually not like that.
ああ、いや、そういう意味ではなくて、楽しむってのはあくまで希望的観測に過ぎないというか、先輩を口説くならもっと事前に段階を踏むというかですね。
はい、もちろん冗談です。遠野くんが紳士であることは私も分かっていますから。
Part of me feels a little disappointed to hear that, but I'm glad to have avoided any misunderstandings. I collect myself and bring the teacup to my mouth. After talking for so long, the tea has grown cold. Cool. Cool. Huh. Yeah, it's pretty good actually. And now we should go back onto the skip part. Never mind. We're still here for now. After that, we talked for about an hour after that. It was fun and Ciel was attentive the whole time. Still, it's not something I'm used to. I suddenly feel very tired. Her favorite part seems to be my story about the class trip in middle school. Apparently she didn't get one, as she caught the flu the day before and had to miss it.
中学2年生ということは、 14歳の頃の遠野くんですか。その頃の遠野くんも見てみたかったです。
Those words paired with that smile would make just about anyone turn red. I could keep talking about Ciel forever, but the sun is beginning to set. It's about time for it to close up the tea ceremony room, so I decide to make my way home. Yeah, that should be the end of that scene. And now we should be bullshit blazing. Yeah, okay. Okay. We got a lot done, but now we're about to go back home to Akiha, and it seems like we are met with another choice. Last time, it seems like I did the third choice. So I do kind of want to look at this for a little bit. I want to see where potentially we have like the other choices. So like, I remember there was one where we talked to Noelle. Yeah, here in day 2. And it seems like it's really off to the right. Usually there's at least one, not always, but there's usually an event on the left, the upmost left side. But we saw in the Ciel route that there were actually choices based off of, there were more choices based off of if you got enough Ciel points. So I'm wondering if Noelle is one of them. Speaking to her in the hallway, at that time she was just really creepy. But for now, until I get into any barriers, I am going to continue with trying to continue with the Ciel route, for lack of better words. So, if anything should come to mind, it would be someone else I played with as a kid. Oh, we know about that now. My father, Makihisa Tohno. Memories of my father spring to mind. So now I should be in the first one. Yep. Okay, let's talk about Makihisa, piece of shit. Though I don't recall us doing anything together. Makihisa was a strict father. He was quiet, rarely showing much emotion. Do not leave the house, do not go into the town. Remember that people are born into their status, and those without our noble blood, yes, we definitely share blood, are of inferior stock. Such was the ethos of Makihisa and the Tohno family at large. Ah, yeah. I rebelled against their principles. I felt my father's teachings were wrong. It wasn't from any fault in his logic, though. He just couldn't convince me that his beliefs were right. It seems strange, whoops. I completely forgot that, I was like, I feel like I'm reading this stuff again. I completely forgot that this stuff was basically mentioned on the right path. So, yeah, I was like, wait, this seems familiar. I feel like I've seen this before. I have seen this before. So, sorry if that was repeating. But I guess now we'll think about our cute little sister, Akiha, who is no longer, like, adorable, but now she is very scary. Akiha visited me a number of times when I first moved with the Arimas. Aww. I wasn't able to see her because of my daily hospital visits. And once she started staying in the dorms at the girls' academy, we only ever exchanged a few letters. Unlike Akiha, I had been expelled from the family. That's why I was able to live as freely as I have. After 7 years, my sister and I must have very little in common. Honestly, I don't really have any desire to go back to the Tohno mansion, except Akiha is there. When we were children, Akiha was a quiet girl who always looked meek and timid. She'd follow me around wherever I went. I really want to see baby Akiha. I bet she would have been so cute. With her long black hair and fine dresses, she looked like a princess out of a fairy tale, locked in some tower awaiting rescue. I know I have no right to just slip back into being the big brother now, but I've been worried about Akiha these 7 years. She was the first thing I thought of when I learned of Makiha's death. All alone in that massive house after her father's death, more than anything, I felt responsible because of my carefree lifestyle had forced the burden of the Tohno family onto her. Ah, yeah. Because now she's the head of the household and she has to bear everything. I think the reason I agreed to return to the manor was to make amends for leaving Akiha behind. Yeah. That makes sense because Shiki clearly didn't care about Makihisa, so there's no reason for him to listen to Makihisa, but the guilt he felt towards Akiha, it makes sense why he would come back. Alright, the next moment is when we meet Kohaku for the first time. And this is when I was like, hey, she kind of looks like Saber. So last time I called out to her name and asked her. This time I'll follow her quietly. I'll be good and follow along. I may have vague memories of the mansion from 7 years ago, but I was just a child then. They're probably not all that reliable. So before this, she said, I'm sure you're tired. Come in, go to the parlor and Akiha will be available. Okay. I take a deep breath and step into my old family house. Home. And...
いけません。私ったら順番を間違えてました。
No, don't leave me alone. I'm scared. She twirls around and gives me a polite bow. Perhaps she senses how nervous I am.
お帰りなさい、四季様。どうぞ、今日からよろしくお願いします。
Her greeting is accompanied by a radiant smile. I tail her timidly, unable to respond in an adequate way. We are now in the parlor room. The girl leads me to the parlor where we have a lot of auto text. So, is this done? Yep, it was just that short little bit. Okay, so now... I didn't actually see the last choice. Was it like crack a joke or something? I kind of forgot. Alright, it seems like the last choice is get the urge to explore the mansion. Yeah, it's just... I don't want to talk to Akiha now. I'd like to have a look around the mansion a bit while I have the time. It may be my own house, but seeing the place this fancy has me feeling restless.
今に行く前にちょっと他の部屋を見て回っていいですか？なんていうか懐かしくて。
We're probably gonna run into Saiki. I freaking hate that dude. I think there was a rec room on the second floor of the West Wing.
覚えていらっしゃるのですね。ですが、申し訳ありません。秋葉様がご当主になられてから、遊戯室や図書室、サロンといった大部屋は施錠されております。
I did not remember that actually.
長男であらせられる四季様であっても、秋葉様の許可なく使用することはできません。
Okay, but what about the room at the far end of the east wing on the second floor?
そうなんだ。それは残念。
I look away, embarrassed at having been denied so easily.
やっぱりそう自由には使わせてもらえないですよね。
いいえ、ご挨拶がお済みになればすぐにお許しいただけますよ、きっと。あ、でも鍵のかかっている部屋に入るときは私どもに一言かけていただけると助かります。
Okay, but what about the room? I'm just kidding.
塔の邸は外だけでなく、うちのセキュリティも厳しいので、許可されていない部屋に入ってしまった場合、身の安全は保証できません。
保証できないってまた大げさな。
Traps?
いいえ、矢より恐ろしい規則に厳しい当主様の雷が。
Yeah, I think I'd rather get hit by an arrow. The housemaid chuckles like she said something funny and hurries me down the hall again. She must want me to wait inside the parlor first.
お帰りなさい、四季様。どうぞ今日からよろしくお願いします。
I continue to follow timidly behind her, unable to respond to any adequate way out to her greeting. Okay, that was the same. There's so many cute characters in this goddamn game. Alright, so at this point, we are at this point in the flowchart. We have the option to see Psyche, and after that, we would probably end the day. So, I think I'm going to do that one last choice, and then kind of see where things go. Oh! She smiles mischievously. Please excuse me, the housekeeper gives a slight bow and leaves the room. Why did the auto-scroll stop there? Alright, I'll just wait here. I don't want to run into that dude. I think I'll just wait here. I don't think walking around would do so much as to calm me down. Regardless, speaking with Akiha should be my first worry. She is the head of the family now, after all. I spend my time sitting on the sofa. Oh, we actually get to think too. The courtyard I see from the window is exactly how I remember it. You could fit 4 tennis courts on it. Behind the courtyard, there should be a mammoth garden. And past that, the forest. I remember...
おや、戻る前に立ち寄ったのだが、先客がいたとはね。
I didn't want to meet... Oh, wait. I don't think we could avoid him because in other scenes, he's kind of already introduced. So we were going to get exposed to Psyche either way. He was on his way here. We just happened to meet him a little earlier last time. I see. Well, hey, asshole. I look back at the sudden voice, and my breath catches in my throat. Standing at the door to the hallway connected to the lobby is a strange man dressed head to toe in black.
こんにちは、四季君。塔の邸にようこそ。というのは間違いか。君の場合、お帰りというのが正しかった。
The man, who, based on his voice, I assume is in his 30s, enters the parlor like he owns the place. There's not a trace of color on him. I mean, there is purple on his shirt. His entire body is wrapped in black bandages. He looks like he stepped straight out of a mystery novel.
あなたは
覚えていないのか
No! I wouldn't recognize you either
そう
way.
か。私だよ。佐伯ゴートだ。君が子供の頃に何度か顔を合わせたことはあったが、このなりではね、覚えていても一致はしないだろう。
Psyche? Was there a branch family with that name? More importantly, this man.
構わんよ。キーの視線には慣れている。私は事故で顔を焼いてしまってね。ずいぶん前からこうでもしないと出歩けない体になっている。
Come to think of it, I never got an
日の光
answer.
は特に厳しい。
Never got an answer to that panther dude. There was that panther that we saw in the alleyway, and when the one that picked us up and brought us to our room. I thought maybe it'd be related to Akiha because, you know, mixed blood can do some magical stuff. Maybe it has something to do with Goto's psyche, since he also lives here. Yeah, I don't know yet.
アキハにも煙たがられているが、こればかりは仕方のないことだ。彼女にも責任の一端はあることだしね。
Allow me to help myself. I mean, I forgot how quick it was for him to be rude in the other route, but at the moment, he hasn't been particularly rude. But I know he's going to be, because he thinks very poorly of Shiki. Goto Saiki walks over to the cart, pours himself a cup of tea, and brings it to his mouth. There's an air of pompousness to his movements, but none of it comes across as out of place. The man possesses a natural composure. There's an elegance to everything he does.
しかしまあ、よくも帰ってこられたものだ。君のことだよ、四季君。牧久の言いつけを破って屋敷を抜け出した結果、くだらない事故に巻き込まれて脱落した。
Yep, okay, it's the same thing pretty much. They have to introduce his character and set the tone of how he's like this.
脱落。そう、脱落だ。君はご両親からの投資を投げ捨て、自らの義務を放棄した脱落者だ。にもかかわらず、こうして屋敷に戻り、秋葉の兄として振る舞おうとしている。
Dude, bro, stop. Oh right, I forgot to mention this, but I'll talk about this. Actually, isn't config? No, I'll talk about this when I end for the day. Actually.
そんな自分が恥ずかしいと思わないのかね。
I repressed the urge to stand up, sinking further back into the sofa instead. The contempt in Goto's eyes is obvious, but there's no reason to escalate things further. Besides, he isn't wrong.
おや、反論はないのかな。
ないですよ。義務を放棄したのは事実ですから。
It's the exact same, just in a different room.
脱落者とか投資とか家族の話にそんな言葉を使うあなたこそ恥ずかしいとは思わないんですか。
家族の話だからこそ的確な言葉を選んだんだがね。養育は一族の将来への投資だ。知性の人間はともかく選ばれた血筋尊い家系において個人の自由は存在しない。自由、いや自意識と言ってもいいな。それらは成人した後一族を背負えるようになって初めて獲得できる権利のはずだ。君は遠野の子でありながらそれを理解していなかった。秋葉とは似ても似つかぬ三流だ。まあ一度地に落ちていながら帰ってくる高顔さだけは一流と言えなくもないがね。
When he said Sunryu, I was like thinking, I think that's third rate. I'm just thinking, you're a third-rate duelist with a fourth-rate deck!
そう睨むな四季君。今のはただの客観論だよ。私個人の評価じゃない。誤解させてしまったようだが、私は君の帰還に反対はしていない。どちらかというと賛成派だし、そもそも遠野家現当主の決定でもある。
I said this last time, but it's feeling very personal.
どうこう言えることでもないだろう。
An outsider? He isn't part of the branch family?
佐伯家は祖父の代から遠野家とは対等の付き合いをしている。現代風に言うとビジネスパートナーというやつだ。今日は商談に来ただけでね。長引いてしまったが、色良い返事をもらえて上機嫌で帰るところだったのさ。この陰気な姿でせっかくの帰郷に水を差すのも忍びない。
Alright, bye! The bandaged man, Goto Saiki, leaves the parlor, his lips curled into a sarcastic smile. I bite my lip thinking of the word Saiki used. Failure. He's right, but that word describes my place in this house perfectly. Okay, now we should be at the point where we've done everything we could in day one. So now we should be able to not skip yet. Damn it, excuse me. The girl returns exactly 10 minutes later.
四季様、何かお気に障ることでもありました？
Oh, we need to do this so that she asks us instead of like outside or something. She must be able to tell that Goto Saki's words have affected me.
いえ、なんでもないんです。ちょっと気をされているだけで。
I'm constantly
お茶
pressing the skip button.
ありがとうございました。美味しかったです。
まあ、お上手ですね。こちらこそ、お褒めいただきありがとうございます。
She smiles bashfully, brightening the room.
と、それより本題ですね。お待たせいたしました。明葉様のご用事がお済みになりましたので、執務室においでください。
Alrighty, will we now be able to skip? No, okay, wait, time out. I gotta check the flow chart. Huh. We are still here, it seems. Sure, okay, yeah, I guess I can't skip it. We ascend the large staircase in the lobby of the second floor. Akiha's office, the heart of the Tohno family. I was never allowed to enter Makiha's office when I was a child. A room occupied by each generation's family head. And that room now belongs to my sister. And this should be the scene of the new scene. Okay, whoa. Oh, the first time I asked for Kohaku's name and now they're like, yeah, apparently the housekeeper's name is Kohaku. Kohaku gives me a slight bow before exiting the room. And with this, the only people left are myself and the two girls I don't recognize. And now we continue. Just like, by the way, in case you didn't know, her name is Kohaku because you didn't actually get that dialogue last time. Alright, well, I guess we will fast forward until the next choice. But I'm gonna end it here for today. You know what? I don't really know what to say. So, going back, honestly, we got to do a lot more stuff with Ciel, and honestly, some of it's pretty cute. We got a lot of curry. I can understand why she's Curry Senpai now. But, I mean, also appreciate Arihiko a little bit more as well, because he's also really funny, but also just, you know, still a bro. So, yeah, I really like Arihiko. But the thing I want to talk about before is that I noticed, as we saw before, this game has multiple endings. Notable ones being Arcwood's route and Ciel's route. At least to my knowledge, it was only the two. But when we saw the ending screen, there were actually 3 slots for endings. I was pretty sure this was just supposed to be Arcwood and Ciel, so I'm kind of confused why there were 3. Does that mean there's gonna be 2 endings for Ciel, or does that mean there's gonna have 3 different characters with endings? Oh, wait. I want to look at this for a second because I remembered last time I was like, wait, he went to a room. So last time I was like, wait, is it like the far end east room or something? But now I get to see. You started down the hallway for a glass of water. A long moonlit hallway lies before me. Nice, silent. I find myself wandering to the stairs. There's a hidden section of the mansion. Stairs not only connected to the first and second floors, but also to an attic. So this is the attic of a secret passageway. Okay, so this is not the second floor east wing hall at the end, and it's not Makihisa's room. It seems that even people living here have long forgotten this place, and it's used for storage. You never really got an answer to this place. So, my intendant, yes, to be plain, she is your servant. Okay, no, never mind. Wait, what's this part? Despite being, okay, so I find some odds and ends, but little of note. There was nothing in the drawer. Even, oh, the attendant part was way back, oh, too far way back. Even a giant chest open only has a few things, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, there's not much here. Huh. Okay. We are on day 2 now. A day that was not. I don't really remember what happened on this day either. We always start off with some weird visions, but I wonder if we'll see anything new. But like I said, I'll just wait till the next choice moment. I don't remember when that is, but I guess we'll see. Oh god, Dr. Arak. Oh my god. I still don't understand the purpose of her character yet. She didn't play too much of a, I mean, still really sus, but she didn't play too much of a role in the arc we were out. I guess it makes sense because the new characters that were introduced didn't really play too big of a role, other than maybe Noelle and Mario. But when you think, nah, Noelle was actually pretty present there. Though I have seen some of the scenes in the manga, and it just seems like it still works without them being there. They just kind of took out this. They added the scenes entirely, and it's entirely new. Okay. Oh yeah. Well, speaking of Noelle, here she is. And it seems like our first choice will be after meeting Noelle, in the cafeteria, get some bread, or go out into the hallway. So if we look at the flowchart, there are several choices that can be made here. It seems. So at least 4. So yeah, this is gonna be one of the situations where I have to make a file for having done Ciel stuff and not having done Ciel stuff. But I'll do that on my own time. But yeah, this is, I mean, so far it's been pretty fun. I really, a lot of it is treading the similar ground, but this is taking a lot longer than I expected. We have day 2, which also has a lot of spaces to fill out. Same thing with day 3. Day 4 is a long day, but until we get all of these days filled out, I'm gonna do my best to, well, fill them out. And yeah, so this might actually take 2 or 3 episodes just to do day 1 to 5 again, but that is what it is. And yeah, we'll just have to work with that, but we'll continue on with that next time. And until then, I will be seeing you. See ya.